יום ראשון עבודה, יום שני עבודה, יום שלישי עבודה, עבודה, יום רביעי עבודה, יום חמישי עבודה, יום שישי עבודה, עבודה, יום שבת מנוחה, יום שבת מנוחה, יום שבת מנוחה, מנוחה. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for
Toys.
And thank you for
Love.
Thank you for
Air.
and thank you for
Your home.
Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for
Clouds.
and thank you for
My family.
thank you for
Music.
and thank you for
Candy.
Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for
Light.
and thank you for
Earth.
thank you for
Flowers.
and thank you for
Rainbows.
Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Thank you for
Animals.
and thank you for
People.
thank you for
Water.
and thank you for
Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Baruch atah Adonai, thank you, God. Sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom. Sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael am echad. Sim shalom. sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael am echad. Sim shalom. Sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael am echad. Sim shalom. sim shalom tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael am echad. Sim shalom. Sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim sim shalom, sim shalom, sim sim shalom, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עם אחד שים שלום. שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עם אחד שים שלום. שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עם אחד שים שלום. שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עם אחד שים שלום. שים שלום טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, עם אחד שים שלום.
Sim shalom, everyone. Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom, actually. So happy to see you all here on this Friday evening. The first Shabbat that's not New Year's Day. How about that? I missed you all last week. I don't believe I was around, taking a little New Year time off, but I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be back here with Rabbi Kupitz. Shalom, Rav.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Wonderful to be with you and share a little Shabbat with you. As always, we'll start with a little bit of music to get us warmed up, a few songs to get us in the Shabbat spirit.
Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. We're going to clap our hands. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Gonna clap our hands. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. We're going to wiggle our fingers, going to clap our hands. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. We're going to wiggle our fingers, going to clap our hands. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. We're gonna nod our heads, gonna wiggle our fingers, clap our hands. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. We're gonna nod our heads, gonna wiggle our fingers, clap our hands. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. We're going to shout, hooray! Going to nod our head, wiggle our fingers, clap our hands. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. We're going to shout, hooray! Going to nod our heads, wiggle our fingers, clap our hands. We're so glad Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. Shabbos is here. We're so glad that Shabbos is here. Oh yeah. Bim bam, bim 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 bam. Bim 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 bam, yubby bubby bubby bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Yubby, bubby, bubby, bim, bam. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. How good and how beautiful it is for all of us to be together as one. Hine matov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim. Ay shever achim gam yachad. Shever achim gam yachad. Try that with me. Hine matov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shever achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim. Ay shever achim gam yachad. Shever achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad.
How good it is to all be together. We're going to get ready to light our candles now. So I'm going to, you can see the candles there. I'm going to let you see them better. I'm going to spotlight Cantor Paul. There we go. We'll make, oh, not quite lit. Oh. All right, now we'll make 3 circles, 1 circle for ourselves and 1 circle for our family, 1 circle for all the people in the world. We're going to join in our blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kireshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And now we continue to bring in Shabbat and join in singing Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat Nikabla Lecha Dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat Nikabla Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorach Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Umevorach Lecha Dodi Likrat kala Penei Shabbat Nikabla Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We now join in Baruchu, our call to prayer, and invite you to stand in your body or in your spirit, depending on how you're situated there at home. Here we go.
Lai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai Amevorach. Baruch Adonai Amevorach leolam va'en. Amevorach leolam va'en.
We connect ourselves to the Holy One and to everything that exists in the world. Join in singing Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Va'en. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto, Leolam Va'en. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Mi Chamocha, our song of freedom.
Mi chamocha, bailim Adonai, mi chamocha, nedar bakodesh, norat tehilot, osei fele. Mi chamocha, bailim Adonai, mi chamocha, nedar bakodesh, norat tehilot, osei fele. Malchutecha ra'u v'anecha, v'okeyam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze Eli anu. Ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'en. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar bakodesh, norat tehilot osei fele. Norat tehilot osei fele. Norat tehilot osei fele.
We connect ourselves to all of those who have come before us, to our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents, all the way back to Abraham and Sarah with our Avot Ve'imahot prayer. Before that, we sing Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach. We ask God to open our lips and our hearts that we may sing and pray and say words of goodness.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Tzvatai Tiftach. Na 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 Ufi Yagin. Ufi Yagin Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai, open up my lips. Na 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 na, please open up my lips. Na 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 na, Adonai, open up my lips, that I may pray to you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah.
Before I tell a story, we celebrate our Torah. Our Torah is often called a tree of life because it grows and it helps us to grow and learn. It is a tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all who support it are happy.
Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba betomcha me'ushar. Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba betomcha me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to those who will fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who will fast to it. All who embrace it are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Once there was an artist. This artist loved to paint. She painted beautiful things all through her town. She painted the pictures of the most beautiful buildings. She painted faces of the people in the town, the people that she loved. She painted feelings, different colors on her paper that she captured along her way. All the things that she thought were beautiful. But one day when she was thinking about what to paint, she couldn't think of anything else in the town to paint that she thought was beautiful. She had lived there for a long time, and she said, I have painted all the beautiful things in this town. What am I to do? So she decided she'd take a little trip. She packed up her canvases to paint and her brushes and her paints. She went on a little journey just for a few days. Early in her journey, she was crossing a bridge and there were some soldiers that were marching across the bridge, and they were celebrating and they were happy and they had tears of joy in their faces. And she said to them, "What's going on? Why are you so happy?" They said, "Oh, we've been off fighting a war in a distant land, and the war is over and we get to come back to our families." And she could see the joy in their faces and the happiness in their hearts. And she drew their pictures with the tears of joy in their eyes, and she called it peace. She wrote peace across the top. And she would shake her canvas as she walked so that it would dry, but she wanted to continue on her journey. And after it dried, she'd roll it up and she'd put it in her bag. The next day on her journey, she came across a field. And in the field, there was a family, and they were having a picnic, and they were playing and laughing and running, and could tell how much they loved each other and how much they loved spending this time together. And she watched as the kids played tag and as they ran over to their parents for hugs. And after a while, she pulled out a canvas and she painted the scene and the happiness and the love that was present in this moment. And she titled her piece of art, Love. She wrote love across the top. She decided she better start on her way home. She had been traveling for a couple of days and she had promised to be back before Shabbat, and she had lost track of time. And so she was hurrying now. She was moving quicker than she had before, even jogging sometimes as she made her way back. She walked all from early in the morning, all through the day, and she was hurrying, and the sun was getting low in the sky. She passed through a little town, and she stopped, and she could hear from a little building, looked like it was probably a synagogue. She stopped and she could hear sounds coming out of the building, songs of prayer and songs of reaching out to God and to the world. And she could almost picture the Hebrew words floating out through the roof and through the windows and heading up to heaven. She stopped and she painted the little building and the Hebrew words of prayer coming up through the top. And she titled it Prayer because prayer was certainly very beautiful. And as she hurried home, she dried her canvas in the air, and eventually it dried, and she put it in her bag, and she was hurrying, and the sun was setting, which means that she was late because she was supposed to be home already. And as she entered her own little town, her own little village, she could see Shabbat candles through people's windows were starting to be lit. And she hurried down through the town square and made a turn on her street, and then came to her house, and she stopped for a moment just outside, and she could see her family gathered around the table receiving blessings for Shabbat. And she thought to herself that she had taken this journey, and on it she had found beautiful things to paint. She had found peace, and she had found prayer, and she found love. And at this moment, as she looked into her home on Shabbat, she saw right there peace and love and prayer, all right there at that moment. And she opened the door and gave hugs and kisses to everybody who was there, and they celebrated Shabbat together. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. With Shabbat candles burning bright. Shabbat candles burning bright. There they are. Shabbat candles burning bright. Let us know it's Friday night. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you and all my friends. With Shabbat challah good to eat. Shabbat challah so good to eat. Yum, yum. Shabbat challah, it's good to eat. It's a special Shabbat treat. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to you and all my friends. Well, Shabbat day, it's my favorite day. Shabbat day, my favorite day. Shabbat day, it's my favorite day. 'Cause that's the day I get to say Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to you and all my friends.
Yes, Shabbat Shalom to you, all my friends out there. Just a few announcements. We will be together tomorrow night at 6:45 for Havdalah as we gather to say goodbye to Shabbat, just as we gathered tonight to say hello. And you can join us here on Facebook Live, or even better on our Zoom Siyum channel. You can find that link in the congregational email so that you can join us and we can see you. And also on Monday and Wednesday nights, we do the same thing, not with Havdalah, but we gather for a story and for some music and for our Shema and Hashkibenu evening prayers. And we'd love to have you then as well. No big announcements for you this week. Lots of, things going on always. So check your congregational email. Cantor Paul may have something he wants to announce, but I'll see.
Yeah, the only other thing I would mention is that I believe for those of us who have kids in Beit Sefer, there's some Beit Sefer community conversations that starts this weekend. You can check your Beit Sefer emails for details about those kind of things. I will not be on at 11 a.m. this Tuesday. It's my final clergy conference of this season coming up this week. So I won't be able to be with you, but I do look forward to resuming the following week. And I think that's about it for announcements for today.
Great. Let's gather close with the people who are with you, your parents or brothers or siblings or your grandparents, whoever is in your home with you. Pull them close and we'll offer a family blessing.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you with good and keep you safe.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God be with you and be kind to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom.
May you always know that God is close, and may God give you the gift of peace. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Lihitraot. See you soon. Take care.
Shabbat Shalom. Have a restful Shabbat.